people, as you're coming in. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Aloha. Aloha, friends. Aloha. Getting organized here. I realized I didn't have my notebook open. Oh my gosh. Gotta be prepared. Let's see if I actually wrote notes. I do have some. I do have some notes, some things. There is an agenda. There will be some order. Some order, some order. Yes. Yes, there will. Hello and welcome. Warm welcome to everybody. Hello and happy Sunday, right? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday afternoon, evening, nighttime. Welcome. What are we doing here? This is day 9. Day 9 of the 40 days of Reiki. Oh my gosh, it's only day 9. And yet also, wow, it's day 9. There have been 9 days of this. And what is this? My intention with the 40 days of Reiki is to honor Jesus, to honor the Lenten season, this very, very powerful, potent time of year that comes around every, transition into, from winter into spring, celebration of Jesus's journey. And my intention is to educate, inform, inspire, and intrigue you about Reiki as a tool for healing in mind, body, soul, and spirit, as well as a tool and a spiritual path for spiritual awakening and absolute transformation, merging with your authentic self, your higher self, with the most truly divine, loving, compassionate, integrated, whole, complete version of yourself. Because for me, that's what Reiki's all about. In every day, every moment, I get a bit more of a glimpse of what that even means. What that means. It's phenomenal. So during these 40 days of Reiki, which spans the Lenten season, we'll be wrapping up sometime in early April around Easter. I think it's like the first Sunday of April this year. And I'll be coming on live, Instagram live every day at Joyful Raw Life, and posting this recording. If you tune in late, it comes on my IGTV, which is on my Instagram profile page, and it'll also be posted on my YouTube channel, Taylor A. Norris. The link to that is in my bio. So please subscribe to that. You can always watch them there. And I'm also sharing other content about raw food, about Reiki, about all kinds of different holistic health and spiritual awakening tools for healing related material. Also, a couple other announcements before we dive into the invocation. Coming up Tuesday, I've got tea time with Tete and Titi, and this is with my dear friend, soul sister, wise woman extraordinaire, Tina Suze, which if you haven't already, please check her out. And we will be talking about raw shadow work. The shadow, the raw vegan shadow, hardcore edition, okay? If you're intrigued by that, you want to learn about shadow work, inner work, that's the place to be. It's happening 10 a.m. Hawaii time on Tuesday. More details about that in my last post. I'll be sharing more details, reminding y'all and everything in my stories and in my posts. Next announcement, I've got a free video mini course, The Best Kept Secrets of Radiant Health and Spiritual Awakening. And in this course, I'm teaching you the 5 petals of the flower of healing for earth angels. So if that's something that sounds interesting or intriguing to you, the sign up for that is free, and the link to that is also in my bio, or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description below. It's awesome. It's mind-blowing, heart-blowing, soul-blowing, all the kinds of whoa, good stuff. Transformative content. I couldn't decide if I was saying transformative or transformational. It's both. and deeply inspiring and activating. Okay, final announcement. I will be teaching Reiki 1 and 2 online via Zoom in May. You can get on the waitlist for that Reiki 1 and 2 course. The link to that is in my bio, or if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the description. And I am very much looking forward to that because, oh my gosh, like I will be offering Usui Holy Fire Reiki, but also with extra. Extra! It's gonna be the Joyful Raw Life Taylor A. Norris and her amazing team of Ascended Masters edition is gonna be so real. It's gonna be so good. I'm so stoked. All right, so enough of all the chatter. Let's tune in. Let's do a Reiki invocation together. This is a guided meditation that evokes and calls in the energy of Reiki for healing, for transformation, for creating a sacred container between me, you, all who are watching, so that this is really like a protected high vibe place. All the good energy we want to be here will be here. All the energy that's more negative, that no longer serves, that will go ahead and leave. So if you could just close your eyes and take some long, slow, deep breaths, coming into the body, coming into your beautiful body, human body container, the only place you truly call home, at least in this lifetime. And you can place your hands comfortably on your body. The light of Reiki fills the air that you breathe. Your breath fills your body with the light. As you breathe in the light within you wakes up. The light within you is revealed. The power of divine love fills your breath and is revealed at the core of your being. The power of the divine mind fills your breath and is revealed at the core of your consciousness. The power of the divine heart fills your breath and is revealed in the light of your heart. The power of the divine earth fills your breath and is revealed in your body. The power of God fills your breath and the power of God is revealed in you. The power of your Holy Spirit is revealed within you. Look inside and say thank you to you. Appreciate you and how deeply you love. Together we say thank you to the divine ones who join us. We invite your divine guidance, healing, and empowerment. Aho, amen, namaste, and so it is. Thank you. As a child of God, I claim my power and purpose as a servant of God. I demand that all darkness leave me and all who are present and all who watch this later immediately. I ask that Archangel Michael place me and all who are present, watching this live and later on, in his blue bubble of protection against all darkness. All right, we're good. We're in the blue bubble. The positive energy is here. The Reiki is here. The guides are here. You and I are here. Everybody who needs to be here is here. Everybody who doesn't need to be here, in here. So we're good now. Oh, friends, funny story I wanted to share about Reiki invocations, because what we just did is a Reiki invocation, and this came from my Reiki master teacher, Colleen Benelli of the Reiki Lifestyle, who, after my Reiki 1 and 2 training in Monroe, Louisiana, my hometown, I was living in Arizona at the time, and I was driving to Louisiana for the weekend training and then driving back. And it was 2 weekends, 1 weekend of Reiki 1, 1 weekend of Reiki 2. So I did that trip 4 times, which to some of y'all, you're like, I would never do that. Taylor, get on a damn plane. Like, what are you doing? Well, I like to drive. I like to road trip. I love it, okay? I'm weird like that. I really enjoy it. And after, I can't remember what I listened to on the way there, who knows? I probably did a mix of like books and music and different things. And then on my way back, though, my Reiki teacher in Monroe, Caroline Youngblood, she mentioned the Reiki Lifestyle podcast, Colleen Benelli's podcast. And if any of y'all have watched or listened to podcasts before, you find a good one and it's like you want to listen to all of it. Well, at least I do. It's kind of like a good series or something, good TV series. You find one, you watch the first episode, you're hooked. Okay, that's how this Reiki Lifestyle podcast was for me. And I was so curious and so hungry for more information about Reiki because I just had such profound healing experiences in my Reiki 1 and then also my Reiki 2 that I just wanted to keep the energy going. Like my whole trip back to Arizona, 20 hours, 24 hours, I can't remember. It's a long drive. And so I started listening to the Reiki Lifestyle podcast. And it's much like these episodes where, she does some announcements and then does an invocation and then gets into whatever the topic is. And so I was driving listening to these and, I'd listen to the announcements, whatever, and then she'd do these Reiki invocations. And she goes long. Like what I've been doing here is short. It's just like a glimpse. It's just a sneak peek. It's kind of like the minimum that you got to do. Yeah, I could do a little less, but this is pretty, cut down to its bare minimum. But hers are long and they're deep and, for the most part, I was just listening to them and I was driving. I was like, oh, I'm fine. And she would say, if you're driving, you really shouldn't listen to these, or maybe you can, but like pay attention because they often go quite deep. And y'all, she's not playing. They go deep, okay? And they go deeper than you may think they're actually going. Because I was on my way to my Reiki 2 training, I believe. Or maybe I was on my way back. I don't remember. But I was driving through, I think, New Mexico. I was driving to my Reiki 2 training. Driving, I think, either through the bottom of Arizona or through New Mexico. Or it could have been early Texas, western Texas. And I was driving and I was listening to the invocations and my Reiki Lifestyle podcast and drinking my green smoothie. I was doing my thing, right? And I was like in bliss. I was like, oh man, like driving never felt so good. Like the car is kind of levitating above the ground. Like it felt like I was like on this highway of light, like that was above the highway. Okay, I'm not kidding. And I'm just like blissed out. I'm like, man, like road trips, they like really can be so good. Like I love this. And what happens is a cop comes behind me with the lights on. I'm like going under speed limit, y'all. Like I used to be a really fast driver, but over the course of my spiritual awakening and healing the past 9 years, I've slowed way down. And I got like vehicles. I used to drive like kind of a faster car. I've gotten vehicles that they got the power you need, but like they're not like racy type vehicles. So I was like driving below speed limit. I was like, there's no way this cop's lights are for me. And so I keep driving. The cop stays behind me and the lights are still going. And like it happened for a long enough amount of time. I like put my blinker on. I was like, all right, I guess I got to pull over. Like what is this about? And I'm like, I pull over. The podcast is still going. I like have forgotten how to like turn my sound off and like the audio off. I'm rolling down the window and the cop's like, license and registration, like asking the typical cop stuff. And I was like, I wasn't speeding. He was like, no, you weren't using your blinker to change lanes. And I was like, oh, okay. And they go back and, they do their thing and they come back and they're like, man, we're going to need to search your vehicle. And I'm like, what? Like, I was like, I'm a yogi, meditator, Reiki practitioner, raw vegan. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I'm clean and sober. Like, I live a super healthy lifestyle. And they're like, we're going to need to search your vehicle, you know? And I looked down and I realized I'm wearing one of these like hippie Mexico, like my purple hippie like sweater thing that, you know, stoners wear. And I'm not a stoner, but I've always liked these things. And I finally got one. And I was wearing it and I was like, oh my God, I totally look like a stoner right now. Like I look like I do drugs. But, and I'm probably acting like it because I'm so high on the Reiki right now. And I'm like, I don't know if I tell the cop, like, I don't know if I can say no to you searching my car. But I'm going to say no because I don't have any drugs. And I don't feel comfortable letting you search my car. We were real close to the Mexican border. I think I was in Texas. And I was like, ain't no way. Like me, white girl on the side of the road, like traveling by herself many, many miles, like gonna let these two male cops like search my stuff. And like, I don't have drugs. There's nothing I'm hiding. So they were basically trying to intimidate me. And I did have the right to say no, and like they went back and they're like, okay, ma'am, we're just like, here's this like warning ticket thing for you, like, yeah, okay, you use your blinkers now. And so like I drive off and I'm like activating Reiki and clearing all my energy and stuff, and I'm like, okay, lesson learned, no more invocations in the car. Like for real, y'all, no more invocations in the car because they're real deep. So that's my funny Reiki invocation story, looking like a stoner, but really I was high on Reiki and high on love and was just meditating. And I had told the cop, like when they came back, I was like, sir, I was like listening to this podcast and like, you know, it had like this meditation part in it. And they were like, ma'am, if you're going to be too relaxed, you know, maybe, or if you're going to find that meditation too distracting, like, maybe you shouldn't listen to it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to it anymore. Like, I learned my lesson. And it's so funny, y'all, in my Reiki Master training. So I was taking it with the lady who does these powerful invocations. And I was having like these tremendous deep healing experiences. Sometimes I was going completely unconscious into the Reiki anesthesia that I talk about. You drop into like white space or black space, or you're blacked out. It's like you're asleep and really, really deep stuff is happening. So that's the kind of healing that is available with the invocations. And you know, that's a whole topic on their own. Last night I was laying in bed and one came to me actually because it was more like I was erecting this like protective force field around my space, in my space and around my space, because what I was feeling was, you know, the 27th to 28th February, this has been a full moon. This has been full moon in Virgo and Pisces, something like that. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not an astrology professional, but I do follow a little bit Braca Goldsmith on YouTube, and I always like to listen to a bit about what the planets are doing and keep track of when the moons are. And what I'm feeling now in this full moon, like the veil is very thin. Okay, like it's really thin. And yeah, all the good guys, all the good spirits and everything are like very much available and present, but also like the more mischievous ones are also very like accessible. And you know, this is a time where like your dreams might be weird. I know I've been having some weird dreams, and yeah, it's a good time to like clear yourself extra, to like put more protective energy, like clear your space, incense, sage, smudge, palo santo, these kinds of things. You can also clear with Reiki energy itself, drawing the symbols and all the different corners of your space. So it's a really, really good idea, especially before you go to bed, because you know, when you're going to sleep, you're like checking out of your body a bit. And just to make sure that, you know, you're really nice and protected there. Like your body is being protected as you fall into that altered state of consciousness. So that's that about the full moon. I think y'all, as I always say, you can drop your questions if you have Reiki questions. I'm going to take a sip of this celery cucumber juice coconut water combo I've got here. Oh, that is so good. The topic I chose for today is based on a comment I got yesterday about yoga and Reiki. And yeah, they go together really, really, really well and complement each other really, really, really well and harmonize, synergize for sure. I've been practicing yoga over half my life now, and I was practicing yoga before I knew what yoga was and what was happening. Like, I was just going because I liked it. Like, I was really into working out at that time. It was another way to move my body, to release some stress. And I also really liked at the end the Shavasana, and the teacher would put, I think it was like a tiger's balm she was using on our necks and on our foreheads, and then I think she was covering our eyes with something. And it was like maybe the first time in my life I just like laid down on the floor in a corpse pose and felt super relaxed and like nourished, and like I was in a really safe space. And so I was hooked on yoga really, really pretty young, and really, really, really grateful for that. Like, that has been a tool and a practice I have kept up over these last 15 years of my life, with times of, being a little off, but for the most part, it has been this continuous thread in my life. So when I did a yoga teacher training too finally in 2017, after practicing yoga for like over 10 years. I was like, all right, it's time. And I went and I did a training in India, and really, because I wanted to learn like legit yoga and not westernized, like, diluted a little bit. I want legit Indian yoga from Indian people in India. Let's go, like the real deal. And that's what I got. And really what they delivered, I think more so than what you would find in most Western yoga classes. I don't want to say all, because there's some really good yoga trainings, okay? I'm not putting down Western yoga trainings. You just get different things. In India, it was really focusing on how asana is like truly just one little tiny part of the 8 limbs of yoga. And like asana meaning like the exercise part, the postures, the cool looking stuff, like the more acrobatic stuff, the stretching, all of that. And the idea with all the 8 limbs of yoga are working together, like the whole point of asana practice, and even like breath work practice, all the ethics, the sense withdrawal, every piece of it is to prepare you to sit in meditation. It's just to like get your body in good enough condition and enough space so that you could sit in meditation. And what I'm realizing now in saying that, I think the whole point is really to like help you open your body up to be able to receive the divine. Create space in the body so you can receive the divine. Whether that's when you're sitting in meditation, whether it's when you're sitting at the beach or laying down or sleeping, whether it's, you at your job, you walking around, you washing the dishes, whatever. I think it's so you can receive the divine. You're just practicing receiving the divine and creating more and more and more space and openness in the body so that you can receive more of the divine. That's really coming through strong right now. I think that's why I love it so much. And it's so funny because like how many people in America and the West, they're just going to a yoga asana class because they don't know why. They don't know why, right? They like think it's just a workout, or like just like, I'm like cute, wearing my Lululemon. And y'all, I love looking cute at yoga classes. I'm not putting this down at all. I love it. And I love all the ladies looking cute at yoga class too. Like, heck yeah. And like with the apparel and stuff. But like, you think you're going for one thing, but really what's happening is this. You're creating space in your body, in your mind too, because this is yoga, is because it's active. It's a lot easier for people to go and do a yoga asana class than sit in meditation, because people just don't know how to sit still and do nothing these days. Like, that's really and not listen to anything and not watch anything and just really sit and be still and, you know, either close your eyes or open your eyes and just like the dog, stay put. That's all you got to do in meditation. One of my Buddhist teachers, Pema Chodron, I read a quote by her saying that, and I thought that was just so good. That's what you're doing in meditation. It's like dog training. You're learning how to stay. So awesome. But anyway, so when I received Reiki in 2019, so a couple years after my yoga training, and then like many years after, like still I was doing yoga. I was actually practicing hot yoga, a particular vinyasa sequence. A Sumit created it. Any of my yogis in the house, it's an Ashtanga Bikram combo, vinyasa combo, practiced in a hot studio, and oh man, I loved it. It was like cleansing for my soul, and anytime I get an opportunity to take a class that teaches that sequence, I do it. Anytime I get a chance to take hot yoga, I do it. But so when I went to my Reiki 1 and 2 training, like I was still practicing that yoga sequence even though I was out of town. I'm like, y'all, I got on it. Like, you know, in Ashtanga, it's like you're recommended that you do that sequence every day no matter what, and you need to just keep repeating it. And I internalized that really with this Sumit's sequence too. I didn't want to not do it, really. Like it wasn't like beat yourself, oh my God, you gotta do the yoga today. It was like, I want to do the yoga today because like I like how I feel. I like creating space for the divine. So when I got that Reiki, I started activating the symbols when I was doing yoga, and oh my God, how good that was. I shared with y'all in a previous live about distance Reiki, how I was actually doing yoga, listening to healing music in a certain location in Monroe, Louisiana, and I was using the distant Reiki symbol to send Reiki back to myself, back through time and space. And I was feeling all this healing and like directly experiencing like time travel and all of these amazing things. The fact that energy can really be transmitted across time and space, and how time is truly not linear. Not just thinking that, oh, you know, like time isn't linear, there are multiple dimensions. It was like, no, like I was traveling through time on the bridge of light as I was moving through my yoga sequence. So the yoga was very much facilitating the power and the magic of this Reiki bridge of light, this Reiki distance symbol. So the two, I knew from that moment, I was oh my gosh, whoa, yeah, I'm a fan. I'm definitely a fan. After that, when I went back to Arizona after my trainings and just had the Reiki 1 and 2, I was still going to the hot yoga classes every day, and it was so different for me, y'all. I loved it so much before, but when I started activating Reiki in the yoga classes and in the hot yoga classes, you're looking at a mirror too, which is really cool to be looking at yourself. And I was activating the different symbols, and I was drawing in so much power, so much personal power, calling back so much energy into my body, and my expression of the poses was just so much more fully in it. I was already really intense and really present in my practice, but it brought so much more intensity and power and energy into my practice. And it was really showing me more of how the symbols work. I remember that too, because I was seeing the power symbol, for example, combing through my body and going through my arm and back up and then coming through here and just clearing, making space and just combing. Another symbol, mental emotional symbol, was doing like a similar kind of thing, like an auric cleansing and clearing, and seeing how it functioned in the body. And then the bridge of light symbol too, how that was functioning. And you don't necessarily need to just use that one in like a shamanic journey when you're laying down closed eye or something like that, or sitting in meditation. You can certainly time travel and go through time and space and use that bridge of light to have like a shamanic journey experience where you're traveling to non-physical realms while you're actually like very much physically in your body too. So that is very, very cool and was very, very fun. Let's see. After I did my Reiki master training, I had stopped going to yoga classes because this was last year. This was when a lot of the yoga places were shut down. I had actually like foreseen that and like stopped my yoga membership. It was really weird. I like knew it was going to happen, and I knew I needed to just stop taking yoga at this studio, and like that it was just time to let go of it. And I was sad about it. It was really sad because it had been like a home for me. And so after that training, my master training, I was doing other kinds of exercise. I was doing like some stretching and stuff, but like not really applying the Reiki to my yoga practice until I came to Hawaii in last July. And I was doing different kinds of exercise, and then it was just like yoga, Taylor, yoga, like the yoga's calling you back, like you need to just be doing that every day. And what's happened is I'm not even like necessarily calling in any of the symbols, but like the symbols are so like the Reiki is so alive and activated in me and in my space that if anything I do in here is like Reiki charged, like the microgreens, the sprouts I'm always showing y'all, like there's Reiki like all over the place. Y'all see all the crystals down there too. Everything is Reiki. Whenever I'm making food over there, it's Reiki. Whenever I'm practicing my yoga, it's Reiki. And so often when I'm doing yoga in my little empty space over here, I'm having like cosmic downloads. I'm receiving all this information. I'll be brought to tears with like past life memories coming up, and just like this true remembering of who I am more and more every day. And I've never had a past life regression. I've never had hypnotherapy. I have done a little hypnotherapy, but not with the intention of like remembering your past lives. I did some in Ecuador at Amazon Fruit Fest, and it was more of just like a relaxation experience. But I've had a lot of past life memories come forward since receiving Reiki. More came up with my master training. I was like, whoa. And then more just keep coming in recently. So that, yeah, whenever I'm doing yoga, sometimes it is a bit of a time travel experience. I remember I was also doing the time travel distance symbol with music. Y'all, music is like a separate topic, but music is also time travel technology. That can be used for healing, and it can also keep you very, very, very stuck in your life and living in the past. And it can also be like programming in a negative way, things you don't want to be going in your psyche necessarily. So music, I combine my music, my Reiki, my yoga, and my dance every morning, and that is just sacred time for me. And a lot of times, like, I would just receive lots of information. Like I said, higher guidance, clarity, healing, all the time. And the yoga, I mean, it's creating space in the body for the divine. That's all I'm really doing. And I'll know where to like work out, any of the tension, any of the stress, any of the trauma, whatever like, crap has been stored in my body. The yoga helps, and the yoga Reiki combination will help like heal that trauma that's been stored in the physical body, and like really just expedite that healing process to where I'm healing at home. Like I'm healing myself at home with yoga, with Reiki, and it's like, man, this is convenient. Like this is great. I love it, but it brings a lot more depth and joy and energy and power to my yoga practice, where I feel so powerful and so tuned in and tapped in, and it has just become so much more enjoyable. I already loved it. I've been loving it since I started, but I just continue to love it like more and more, to the point where like it's a priority. It's truly a priority for me, no matter where I am. I do my best to be consistent with it. The number of days off is really, really low for me. Like if I'm traveling like to a different country or something and I get off or something, but I feel it if I'm not doing the yoga, the asana practice, I really, really like, I'm a bit off, and I like to be fully on and balanced and like smooth cruising. Yeah, feeling good, feeling in my body. And okay, the yoga Reiki combo too, for any of my raw vegans who are watching, who have been like, the raw vegan diet is ungrounding, or the fruit-based diet is ungrounding, or I can't stay grounded on a raw vegan diet, like I keep craving cooked food or heavy food or oils or too much fat or whatever. The yoga Reiki combo is really good at grounding you on a raw vegan diet, on a lighter diet. It's a non-food way to ground yourself, because we all need to be grounded in our bodies. If we're not taking up the space of our bodies and fully in our bodies, that's inviting other things in, okay? We don't want to do that. And like to really fully be able to express yourself and to connect with yourself, heal yourself, do the work and the mission that you're here to do, you gotta be in your body. You gotta be in your body. All right. It's the name of the game. This is not a game. In my experience, in my belief system, what my guides are telling me, this is not like, oh, we ascend our bodies, we leave our bodies, we transcend our bodies, like that kind of thing. It's like, nah, like learning how to create space in the body to receive the divine, and the health and the spiritual awakening and the life mission, they all just work together beautifully. To the point where the healing is increasing the spiritual awakening, is clarifying your life mission, is healing you, is waking you up. Like it all just goes together like in this perfect geometry. Which, cool story about this, I received a Reiki symbol recently. It's been coming through the past couple weeks, and like, it was a little bit like it was just starting to like take shape, and then like it came in like hardcore, very clear. This is what it is. This is what it means. This is who it's from. This is how you draw it. This is like the technology. And I'm really excited. I will be teaching it in my Reiki 1 and 2 class, because it's so powerful, and it's so beautiful, and it's needed. They want us to have it. Everybody wants us to have it. They're like, we want you to have it. You guys need it. It's going to help you so much. We're so excited about it. So fun things to look forward to. Yeah. As I said, if y'all have questions, y'all drop them. I'm going to take a sip of this juice, because I have another topic I want to talk about. I have no idea how long I've been going, but I still feel like I could talk a little more. So so good, so freaking good. Coconut water, celery, cucumber juice combo. Highly recommend. And that came together because I didn't have enough celery to just make celery juice, and then I didn't have enough cucumber to just make a cucumber celery juice. And man, my coconuts, they were just giving lots of water today. So I was like, oh, I'll just combine all of this, and it's really yummy. So next thing I wanted to share about Reiki and loneliness. Reiki and loneliness, right? How many of y'all have felt lonely or feel lonely? Especially during this pandemic, especially, in this last year of like stay away from people and like don't touch people and don't be around people, don't have parties, don't have get-togethers, don't go anywhere, put on a mask so you can't even see anyone's face, so you can't understand what they're saying or what you're saying. And right, this is a time of like serious loneliness. I know loneliness has been triggered in me a lot throughout my lifetime. I'm an only child. I've always been a bit more introverted. I've been really like discerning with friendships and relationships. I've felt a need to be alone a lot and like choosing that, right? Like knowing I need it and also feeling like, man, there aren't a lot of people who I like really resonate with. When I find them, I'm like, yes, like they're very deep friends and connections and they're soul family. But I really have struggled with loneliness a lot in my life and was really struggling with it last year. I remember it came up again for me big time to be healed. And that's the beauty. Reiki can really heal loneliness. And in my loneliness that I was feeling last year, I remember thinking, like, this is just me not feeling connected. This is me not feeling connected to myself. This is me feeling disconnected from my spirit, from my soul, from my guides, from my life purpose, like from the divine, okay? Like, yeah, I wasn't hanging out with other people and like, wanted some of that. But like at its root, loneliness is about that. It's about being disconnected from yourself, your true self, your higher self, and also being disconnected from the divine. I mean, you could even say that's like the same thing. I just kind of say it two different ways because I know maybe that'll reach people who need it said both ways or three ways, however many ways I said it. So feeling disconnected from the divine, feeling disconnected from who you truly are, and Reiki has certainly helped me heal that. I mean, how many of y'all have also felt like, oh, this is just so hard. I have so much to do. I have to decide all of this alone. I have to decide what to do all alone. Like, I have so much responsibility. No one understands, right? No one just understands. No one resonates. No one's like on my level. No one's on my frequency. No one sees things the way I see them. Right? Ever felt like this? I mean, I definitely have. And again, Reiki really has healed a lot of this for me in being able to be alone with myself and know that I'm so not alone, because it's like if I'm alone, it's a treat, because then I can hear my guides more clearly and I can ask them questions. And I could ask them for advice. I could ask them about a big decision I'm contemplating. Or I can say, hey, what's this? Or what do I do about this? How do I structure this? How do I bring form to this? How do I work this thing out? How do I heal this? And Reiki has really, really brought that home to me. Like the extent to which I'm not alone spiritually, like reconnecting to my higher self, reconnecting to the divine, reconnecting to my guides, but also like really reconnecting and empowering my authentic self. Like that is what Holy Fire is all about. And y'all, I can say it works, it delivers. If you work it, it works. Like there's a tool I learned in my master training. It's like a moving meditation. And that is like the most potent way to really reconnect with the authentic self, to call it back in, to really just call it back in. And I think that's a lot of what is actually happening in Holy Fire Reiki. This came to me the other day too, is that it's a soul retrieval that's happening. It's a soul retrieval. It's a bringing back all of one's energy back into the body, because it gets fragmented, it gets cut off. You have a trauma, a bit of you gets severed off, and I don't know where it goes. I'm going to keep asking because I want to know more about where that goes. And I've had some insights about psychosis come in too, about what's really going on with that, and that I'll save that for for another talk, because that was just like, oh my God. And like, that is so much of what's happening in the world right now. Like, it's can we agree there's a bit of a psychotic energy going on? And it's a problem. So that's why Reiki is the solution. Don't focus on the problem. Okay, it's good to understand the problem, be aware of it, know it's there. But the solution is Reiki is this soul retrieval, is this bringing back all of your energy into your body, again with the body in the human vehicle, bringing the authentic self down into the human body, merging the higher self from the heavens, the authentic self, in the space of the human body, the physical body. This is what Reiki really, really helps one do. And when you do that process, the loneliness, that negative feeling of loneliness, that just goes away. It's just like, I'm all here, I'm happy, I'm content, I'm whole, I can talk to my guides, I can pray, I can meditate, I can listen, I can converse, I can get the information I need, I will have the energy, I will be, I'm so knowing that I know that it doesn't matter if anyone understands me or not, if anyone sees reality my way or not. Because I know, and I'm so secure in the way that I see other things, that I'm not needing to like project onto other people or like challenge them or be like, no, like this is the right way, how I see is the right way, you're wrong, no, you're wrong. Don't have to do that. Not interested. Just here, this is how I see reality. I'm sharing it. People are resonating. People are benefiting. And Reiki can really empower you to understand, who you truly are, and to not be needing to be secure in that, really. To be secure and solid in that, and not in a judgy way, in a compassionate way, in a loving way, in an inclusive way, where you're secure, so you're not having to play those games. We need to stop playing games, right? Humans need to stop playing games. Just be real. Just be real love, real compassionate, real understanding of one another. Stop playing the dang games. You need to be straight love. Real love, true love, inclusive love, connective love. I didn't mean that like straight people love. Like all love is good, okay? Love, is beautiful, is love. Real. No games, no more games. It's time to be real. It's time to be authentic. And Reiki empowers the authentic self. Reiki reconnects you to who you truly are. Reiki brings all aspects of your soul back into your body for integration. It helps you remember who you truly are. It's helped me remember who I truly am. And y'all, I'm often moved to tears in the morning on my yoga mat when I'm doing my yoga and I'm having these past life memories, and I'm just like remembering who I am, and I'm so freaking grateful. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, and I'm sharing this, because I want that for everybody. I want that for you. I want you to remember who you are. I want you to be moved to tears by just being like, oh my God, yes, in my heart, yes, that's why I'm here. That's why I chose this. Everything makes sense. I got the whole big picture. This really is beautiful. This really is all unfolding in divine order and beautiful order, and it is working out, and they are cheering for me, and I am supported, and I can do this, and it's exciting. It's really, really exciting. It's exciting, and it's enlivening, It's so very enlivening. That's why I feel so alive, because I am very much connected to, in touch with, and merge with my authentic self. And it is the most alive I've ever felt in my life. At my oldest I've ever been on the planet, right? I'm older today than I was yesterday. So really, really, really powerful stuff, this Reiki. Healing loneliness, healing this disconnection from ourselves and a disconnection from the divine. It can be done. And that's what Reiki does. So I want y'all to know I'm teaching Reiki 1 and 2 online The sign up for the waitlist for that course is linked in my bio, or it's below in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, Taylor A. Norris, as well as the sign up for my free video course, The Best Kept Secrets of Radiant Health and Spiritual Awakening. That link is also in my bio. It's for my email list only. It's special videos every week on the 5 petals of the flower of healing. It's very deep, transformative, inspiring content. And I hope you will sign up for that because it's been really, really phenomenal, and it just keeps getting better. And it's completely channeled, like everything I'm sharing these days. So I really appreciate y'all tuning in. I will be back tomorrow. DM me or comment questions. I'd be happy to answer them in a future 40 Days of Reiki. Thank you so much for being here, beautiful ones. Much love. Namaste. Namaste. Shine on, Earth Angels. Shine on. Shine on.